Hey, what's going on, Bacon? Welcome back to another Daybreak reaction video. We're nearing the end of this. I think we only have like a week remaining or something like that, but we're still pumping them out. 5 brand new water cards. Interesting to see what we got. Curibus. We'll see. Let's just get into it.
Watercasters, you've waited long enough. We've got some insane reveals today as we count
down. Yeah, water has gotten nothing so far in Daybreak. They've gotten Chronodile, and that's it.
Let's get it.
I mean, let's see what water's got.
You guys are not ready for today. I don't think you guys are ready for today. Kicking off this reveal, we've got a brand new Elestral called Porcutide.
Porcutide
is a
and it's not even a Nexus form. Oh, crap, my bad. I forgot my chat's on screen again. I missed it. I keep doing it. What am I doing? I'm bad at this. Sorry. But Porcutide, not even a Nexus form. It's an actual Elestral. Well, actual new Elestrals. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like, it's not a Nexus form. It's been a while since we've seen a non-Nexus form. Oh, that's a complete lie. We saw, what was it yesterday? I forget its name, but the lunar card, that wasn't one. I just forgot about it. But yeah, Porcutide, let's get into it.
4 defense, water Elestral, with an effect that says when this Porcutide is destroyed in battle by an opponent, they must either discard a card from their hand or expend 2 spirits. This makes Porcutide an incredible defensive presence as you.
Yeah, so this card's interesting. I'm going to wait for him to actually try to explain it, but if there's one thing about this card that's a little confusing to me, it says when it's destroyed in battle by an opponent. Does that mean the opponent has to initiate the attack, or does it just need to be destroyed? Because if you're just able to attack into their guy and destroy this yourself, that's actually not that bad of an effect. I don't know if you really want to waste your normal cast on it, but just this honestly isn't a bad summon off of Foamy. So that's fine. That's totally fine.
Spirits or cards out of their hand when they take this thing out. I'm really excited to see what Watercasters can do when Porcutide comes in Daybreak.
I will be honest, I don't think that's actually a card as I kind of said, that's not a card you want to use for your normal cast. I think that's a great card to summon off of Foamy. I think that's mostly what it's really going to come down to. If you get it off of Foamy, it's fine. I think it's probably going to be a one-of in water decks, but I think it's going to be a mainstay in water, actually. So we'll see. We'll see, though.
Now our next reveal is one of my absolute
That's 1 of 5, so we still got a lot more.
Eddie. Yeah, you
Eddie.
heard me right. This Elestral's name is Eddie.
Oh, okay. Okay, so this was the other Elestral that was featured on Argo that we didn't see. On Argo there were 2 cards that we did not see. There were 2 Elestrals on Argo that were not yet revealed at the time. One of them got revealed relatively soon after. It was the Nexus form of what was it? Veritaqua. The Wind Nexus form of Veritaqua. I cannot remember its name. Verituka. Verituka got revealed. That's on Argo. This was the other card on Argo. So that's gonna be interesting. But Eddie, let's see what Eddie does.
And it is a 4 attacker with 1 defense that says when you cast this Eddie, you can change the position of an Elestral. That effect allows you to move opponents' Elestrals into positions they don't want to be in and potentially attack over them to destroy them.
Yeah, that's not actually a bad effect. On cast, there are a lot of cards that say, like for example, Sorrelite. Sorrelite has to expend a wind in order to do it, and it can only target non-1 Elestrals. To me, this is sort of already a better Sorrelite. It has less attack. Granted, that is one thing that Sorrelite is good at, is the attack buff. But I think this card does have a lot of potential in that circumstance. Like, just the ability to change the position of an Elestral. You can swap in a Strapid that's in the fence to attack and attack right on over it. Like, that's very, very good. Let's see what its second effect is.
The word Eddie is also another word for a small whirlpool. So all of this is going to make sense in just a few moments. Then, when either player casts the new rune, Rock in a Hard Place.
I don't even know what this effect is. That is the best name of a rune I've heard. Rock in a Hard Place. That's amazing.
You can special ascend your Eddie into a Curibus from your hand or deck.
Okay.
I can tell you, Curibus does not play games. This thing is very powerful.
Do we have Curibus next, or is it Rock in a Hard Place?
Some new power to their rune arsenal with the brand new rune Rock in a Hard Place.
Oh, it's a lunar. Okay, hang on. Water lunar? Are we getting a water lunar? Okay, this Rockin' a Hard Place cast. No, I'll let him say it. I'll let him say it.
Reveals that a big theme of this set is the journey of Jason and the Argonauts as they travel to find the Golden Fleece. And on that journey, travelers are faced with one of the most treacherous decisions they have to make. On the left, they face down the Rock with an incredible sea monster that can take them down. And on the right is the giant whirlpool that sucks in the ship and devours.
That is actually kind of interesting. This entire that's probably why Eddie was featured on Argo in the first place.
Powers everything in its path, and that is Curubus. Rockin' a Hard Place is a brand new Invoke rune that is 1 water and 1 lunar that says it cannot be chained by counter runes. You target a rune and an Elestral on an opponent's field, and that opponent destroys one of them. This means that your opponent has 1 rune and 1 Elestral.
I'm trying to think how good. I think it's good. I do think that's actually a good effect. It's hard to think. It's hard to like kind of gauge it. I think if you're playing, for example, Thunderstorm in your deck, I think Thunderstorm in like Blizzard currently are like strictly better versions, and EQ for that matter are strictly better versions, because Rockin' a Hard Place makes your opponent choose which one they want to destroy, and it gives them sort of that freedom. If you're going for a Thunderstorm, a Blizzard, an EQ, something like that, if you're going for that, your opponent doesn't get to choose. You choose what you're destroying. For Thunderstorm and Blizzard, you might not know what you're destroying. In fact, for Blizzard, you're definitely not going to know what you're destroying. But EQ, you always know what you're destroying. So I think this is sort of a worse version of all 3 of those cards. But it is important to note that in this particular deck, this like Eddie into Curubus deck, you do need to play this card. So this will see play in that deck in particular. I think that's really, really cool. I think this is sort of just basically a mixture of Thunderstorm and Earthquake all in one. Let's get into this next effect. Let's get into the next card.
And they have to decide
let's get into
which one
Curubus.
is going to be destroyed. Not only can you gain some incredible card advantage through this, but you can also special ascend your Eddie, as we mentioned before, into the incredible sea monster that is Curubus. The Whirlpool of Curubus sucks in
interesting.
anything
A 9/2.
and
No, oh, that's actually kind of upsetting. I understand why they're doing 2 water. I kind of wish it was water lunar.
2-drop water Elestral with
it's
9
cool.
attack and 2 defense. You can disenchant 2 water spirits from your field in order to destroy a card.
Anywhere in your field.
If it is destroyed this way, return spirits from your underworld to your spirit deck up to the number of spirits that were enchanting that card.
Wait, hang on. He's going to explain it, but let me just quickly try to understand myself what's going on. You can disenchant 2 from your field in order to destroy a card. If it is destroy a card on the field, I assume, is what that's meaning. If it is destroyed this way, if the card that you are targeting, well, it's not targeted destruction, so I guess there is something. Disenchant 2, destroy a card. If the card that you are destroying is destroyed, return spirits from your underworld to your spirit deck up to the number of spirits that were enchanting that card. I think I'm understanding this correctly. If I am, you disenchant 2 in order to non-targeted destruction any card in the field. If that card that you are attempting to destroy is successfully destroyed, you return, you heal for a number of spirits equal to the number that were destroying the card that you destroyed. That equal to the number of spirits that were enchanting the card that you destroyed. So, for example, if your opponent has a Aeolus out that for whatever reason still has 4 on it, and you destroy that Aeolus, you heal for 4. And it's also non-targeted destruction. He'll get into it. So let me just let him talk.
If your Curubus destroys a Zeus with 4 spirits on it, you actually are healing 4 spirits. You can use this to destroy Elestrals, face-down runes, face-up runes, whatever you want. Curubus is here to suck everything on the field into its mouth and destroy them with all of its fury. I'm very excited for the pod.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of shocked. I got it right. I got the effect right, but I'm kind of shocked he didn't actually end up talking about the fact that it's non-targeted destruction. That's kind of weird to me. But it is what it is. Non-targeted destruction. He talked about it before in the past, just not with this card. Kind of weird. Do I think that's good? I do. I think the effect is good. The fact that you have to disenchant 2 kind of sucks because there isn't a whole lot that like like the issue with water right now, there isn't like a lot of like nexusing going on in water. You don't really have that many spirits on your side of the field all that often. You might have like an Atlantis and like an Elestral. You don't really have a whole lot that you can disenchant from. It might force you to play Atlantis in this deck, which kind of sucks because you don't really care about not Atlantis, sorry, Poseidon. It might force you to play Poseidon in this deck, which kind of sucks because I feel like most of the time you don't really want to play Poseidon. But it might force you for that. I don't think it's a super amazing card just due to the fact that you have to disenchant too. But I do like, I think it has potential in, I think as a standalone deck it works. I think it functions. It just sort of has, you're going to have to get some testing in. I don't think it's going to overtake Lakagon as like the big payoff for your water deck, but I think there is potential for it to be somewhat decent.
Possibilities for watercasters having more aggro and offensive options with Eddie, Rock in a Hard Place, Kuribus, and even Porcutide holding.
That is okay. So once again talking about this, I think Porcutide and Eddie are currently the two best cards that we've seen thus far. Eddie is just very good for its first effect, being able to change the position of Elestral, and Porcutide again, great summon off of Foamy. I think both of these cards have a lot of potential in water decks. I think they probably will see play in water. Eddie, maybe not so much Eddie, but we'll see. We have one more card, though.
We have a brand new full art coming to Daybreak as well, and that is full art Kuribus.
That's nice, actually.
Elite 4 special. Kuribus features
it's Elite 4, of course.
Pulling in Dratagua.
Oh my god, wait, yeah, everything's getting pulled in. Dratagua, Foamy, and there's a Galaxy at the bottom left getting pulled in.
Even a Galaxy into its mighty jaws. The quest to find the Golden Fleece has never been more difficult as Daybreak arrives on July 12th for pre-orders. Stay tuned for tomorrow's reveal because it keeps getting more and more epic.
All right, interesting. So, I mean, we have some interesting stuff. Obviously, we talked about the Porcutide, great summon off of Foamy. We've talked about, we did talk about Eddie. Eddie, basically this is basically the water version of Sorlet. So I think water will definitely be playing this. It's not as high attack as Sorlet is, but if you do pair this with an Atlantis, it can get kind of high. So I do like Eddie. I think Eddie probably will be seeing some play in water. Rock in a Hard Place is only going to see play. Okay, no, actually I should say, I think water decks might run this just because they're already natively playing water. The issue is that it's not double water, it's water and lunar, so you do have to tech some lunar cards into your deck, which they might do anyway. But we'll see. And I think, I actually do believe, though, the worst card that was shown was Kuribus. I'm not saying I think this card's bad, I just think it's the worst card that we got shown. Out of all the four new cards, I should say. We obviously got the full art reveal. I don't think this card is the best thing in the world. It's not bad. The fact that it's a 9 attacker isn't actually bad at all. In certain circumstances, this is just a straight up better version of Lakagon. And to be entirely honest, if you do pair this with a Lakagon, which, you know, very much easier said than done. They are both 2-drop Elestrals. But if you do pair this with the Lakagon, you are able to heal yourself, and then Lakagon can pop a card. So you're basically popping 2 cards. At the cost of, you're popping 2 cards at the cost of 1. At the cost of, you're popping 2 cards at the cost of 2 water spirits, which, to be entirely honest, isn't actually that bad. And then Lakagon will also get some additional attack that way. It's not bad by any means. I just don't think the effect is that amazing, just due to the fact that you do have to disenchant too, and there isn't a whole lot that you can disenchant off of in water currently. Again, you might be able to play Poseidon and stuff like that. Maybe Aetherose will start to see a lot of play in water. I highly doubt it, but you probably will be playing some Poseidon in this deck just so you have opportunities to disenchant off of it. And to be entirely honest, if you are playing Poseidon now, you actually have a reason to play something like Circle the Sky, Altar of Stars, since you already have a great Nexus target in Dratagua. So maybe this will see play in water, just for the fact that you will start to actually play Poseidon. I feel like there is a lot of potential for that. We have to see how it goes, though. So I think it's gonna do it for this video. Oh, actually, no, we're not. That's not gonna do it for this video. Let's talk about the full art. I mean, it's Elite 4. Like, I don't understand how he does it, dude. Every single card that Elite Four puts out is just banger after banger after banger. There's so much attention to detail. Elite Four puts so much attention to detail in all of his card arts. It's so awesome to see him in all of his glory, just giving us all these awesome cards. It's cool. I think Water has some nice new tools that's going to make just Water Nexus decks, or just maybe not Water Nexus, but Water decks in general, just a whole lot better. So I do think there's a lot that Water got that's good. I think there's a lot, though. I don't think it's necessarily going to make Water like one of the best decks, but I do think this is nice. These are nice tools for Water at the very least. So that being said, that's going to do it for this video, guys. We hope you did enjoy. If you did, make sure to slap the like button and subscribe for more. Hope to see all you guys in the next video. Goodbye.